I'm gonna eat just about anything. Chicken wrap on a steak with cheese. Actually, really sounds pretty good. I'm pretty fucking hungry. I haven't got much to eat. Being the last of the month and all. Day is it the 29th? 29th. What I just fucking ate. What was that? Beans and... I remember opening a can of beans. Bullshit. That's what I got to look forward to. Can of feces on a stick. What day is it? Sunday? I don't feel good. Four 4:30 a.m. on a Sunday morning. Fucking great. Oh my God. awake. in Las Vegas. If you drive outside of Las Vegas for long enough and look up into the sky, you have the best view of the stars. Yeah, the stars are really, really pretty here. You just gotta go outside of Las Vegas. they're so beautiful. You can still see the Milky Way, Andromeda. You can see it all. It's very pretty. For those of you who don't know what Andromeda is, we all thought our sun, I forget the name of our sun, but it was supposed to be the one that would destroy this planet. No, not anymore. There's another galaxy heading into ours called Andromeda. It's our sister planet. They will collide in a couple of million years. They will go boom! Our sun will collide with their sun. Boom! It's sad, but it's true. Boom! We will go boom one day. Back where we came from. Way after I'm dead, way after you're dead. Couple of million years from now, the Andromeda solar system will enter the Milky Way and collide with our sun. Which is pretty wild. That'll be the end of Earth. End of our entire solar system. The Andromeda galaxy is heading towards ours. It's within like a direct path. Yeah, we're going back. We're all gonna get blown into a fucking another reality. Not long ago, like let's say 15 years ago, we all thought when the sun exploded that that'd be our death. No, there's another galaxy headed straight for us. This will be our deaths. Andromeda. The galaxy Andromeda is going to enter the Milky Way and destroy us all. And it's funny because the Milky Way is Andromeda's sister. They are like brothers. And they are fixing to collide. And once they do, there's no coming back. But still, that's not supposed to happen for like a million years from now. God damn, can you imagine what it'd be like? What a pretty sight that's gonna be once two galaxy collides. Man. people are still here on Earth by the time that happens. Whew. God damn. You got Andromeda to look forward to. And God, our technology and shit keeps advancing. Because I can't imagine trying to survive and another galaxy crashing into yours. It's gonna be violent. It's gonna be very violent. Our sun keeps pulling it closer and closer. It's kind of caught in the fucking shit. The gravity pull. And it's thousands and thousands of light years away. But it's headed straight for us. It is our sister sun. Another galaxy full of shit. If we fail to not only do we need to colonize another planet, we have to colonize another fucking the solar system. Which seems pretty hard for us right now, but if we could just figure out cryogenics, let computers do the work. Cryogenics is incredibly important. Be able to freeze ourselves. I've had this idea for years. Combined our DNA with the lungfish. That fish sleeps underground for years at a time. If we could combine our DNA with that DNA and be able to freeze ourselves, then we've got cryogenics down, and we could build a rocket ship, send it into fucking God knows where. I believe aliens have been here before. They are simply humans, but highly more evolved. They've gone through the motions. I mean, come on. Who puts their hand on a spaceship and gets the entire DNA code of human DNA downloaded into their brain just by touching a fucking spaceship? Soldiers, that's who. There was a private once that touched it, put his hand on a spaceship, and once he touched it, it downloaded human DNA in binary code into his fucking brain. In 100111001110001 binary fucking code. In the human, perfect human pattern for human DNA. They've been here before. Just the government won't let us know about it because it freaks us out. They are us, but they are simply from the future. It proves Einstein wrong. There's no such thing as traveling back in time. Well, fuck that. We're just not smart enough yet. Why would they send back one of their ships through time just to message us? Maybe to look at us, maybe to see what idiots we are. Yeah, that happened back in the 40s. Gee, the Galaxy 2, Galaxy traveling in kilometers. I don't know what any of that means. I don't measure kilometers. I measure miles. Am I wrong? I mean, it's supposed to hit us in a couple million years. Before our sun burns out, that's for damn sure. Andromeda will collide with the Milky Way, and once it does, there's no stopping it. 4 billion, yeah, you might be right. You might be right. Then again, scientists said our sun would burn out in 6 billion years. So that's like 2 more billion years less than when we were supposed to die. So we got a little extra time on our hands. No, I don't need to look at it. I believe you. It's supposed to hit us in 4 billion years. Damn. Yeah. 4 billion years is a long time. It's about a quarter of the time of creation, is what you say. I don't know if I believe that or not. I suppose I go with it. Andromeda will crash into the Milky Way in like 4 billion years. And by that time, there's no way we'll still be living on this planet. In 6 million years, this planet should be uninhabitable. Not for this species. The big is that what you call it? The big crunch where everything comes together. When Andromeda hits the Milky Way and gets sucked into our sun. Dude, once that if that ever happens, while people are here on Earth, it's gonna be a wild fucking show. It'll be like raining stars. Stars will be crashing into our planets at a super high speed. I wish I would be alive to see it, but I'm sure I'll be dead by then. But what a sight. How much humankind would have evolved from 6 million years from now? All the polar ice caps would have melted. Probably would have discovered a way to get more. Let's go get Pluto. Capture that fucker and haul it back to Earth. Drop it in our fucking atmosphere. Yeah, I know you. I know. Galaxies eat each other all the time. I know all about it. It's weird that we already know that ours is one of the biggest ones, and it's gonna eventually, they're gonna eat each other. I know all about it. Can you imagine if the two galaxies are gonna collide? That's gotta make a supernova or a super black hole to where it eats all of the planets. All the planets in our solar system and all of the planets on Andromeda. It might just turn into a black hole. A super black hole. Two suns eating each other. From heat and exposure and so on. Fucking gravity is, yeah, I guess it's not cracked, but you have Einstein that came up with the formula of G equals MC square. It's the best recipe for gravity that we have to this date. That came out like 50, 70 years ago. So what helped us invent the biggest bomb on Earth? The nuclear bomb. And only so many of us have it. And it's a good thing that we have it, you know, because maybe we would see a comet heading toward us one day and we'd nuke the shit out of it. Yeah. Humans will never understand gravity. Not really. Because when they do, they have to understand everything else, like time travel and shit like that. Einstein said traveling back in time would never be possible. But traveling forward in time is possible. I highly respect Einstein's theory. He's a brilliant, brilliant man. And yes, I don't see a way to travel back in time besides looking through a superpowered telescope and seeing the dinosaurs. Other than that, I see no way to travel back in time. If you set up a big mirror in the sky and look through a telescope, you might be able to see dinosaurs. But that would take a lot of technology. The only thing left to do is to discover the Holy Grail. What are you, Indiana Jones? You mean immortality? Yeah, I guess. I could roll with immortality. I wouldn't never really want to be immortal. I'd want to live for maybe a couple 100 years, and then I'd want to die. So immortality really doesn't exist for us mortals. Because sooner or later you'd get sick of it. And you'd want to die. So there's not really any such thing as immortal in the human brain. All the human brain knows is it would like to live longer. Maybe 200 years, 300 years, tops. Hail to the Creator. Well, I don't know what that means. What are you, a fucking Jesus freak? Hail to the God that created us all. I don't believe in God. I believe in a big boom. Boom! I believe a bunch of gases got ignited by a shooting star that just lit up the fucking sky and everything. A shooting star came running through our galaxy and just lit it up. And that's how we got started. Just lit this planet up. Lit this whole solar system up. And it was very violent at first. You know, you've seen boom, boom, boom. I believe that we are just so fucking lucky to live on this planet. Everything is pretty fucking nice. We're so lucky to live here. The temperature's just right, the water, the moon. Everything does its own little job. Or it creates us, the smartest beings that we know of in the universe. We're very lucky to have this. But still, I have to think that aliens, extraterrestrials, are human beings, but sent from the future. They have discovered how to go back in time and say, hey, don't do that. They were never supposed to get discovered here, but they got shot down. Yeah, dolphins are the second smartest on species on the face of the earth, next to humans. It was humans, dolphins, monkeys, parrots. But dolphins did not figure out how to time travel. Against Einstein. I know dolphins are very smart. I've seen the videos when they're like talking to us and they're like yeah, they're funny little creatures. You know we're related to them. We're both mammals. They're one of the few mammals. In fact, they're also related to birds. It's weird. It's weird because they used to say, back when I was a kid, they used to say birds were the only mammals that laid eggs. Now they don't say that anymore. I don't know what to believe now. Birds were the only mammals to lay eggs, is what I was taught in junior high. Some mathematician decided, oh, this makes sense. He rubbed that into our faces. I've looked it up on the internet. I'm pretty sure he's wrong. But still, I was taught this in high school, so... Yeah, dolphins are very smart. And it's a goddamn shame that we kill them. You've seen what happens in Japan, right? I don't know, dude. All I got to say is don't kill the dolphins. But you've seen what Japan has done to them. They migrate there and they trap them. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. You've seen The Cove, the movie The Cove. It's a horrible, horrible movie. The dolphins are screaming while they get speared to death and watching their friends get speared to death. Terrifying. I say let's nuke Japan again. We need to nuke Japan again. Until they leave the dolphins alone, we need to nuke them one more time. Leave the dolphins alone! Let's nuke Japan. We have to nuke them one more time. For what they've done, we need to step up our game. We need to make Japan afraid of us. It's not just the radiation. I've watched them spear the dolphins to death. Little hooks. They trap them in a cage and they spear them to death. And they're screaming and the water turns red. I say let's nuke Japan again. One more time. I say let's kill some innocent people and stop Japan from doing what they're doing. Who's for it? Let's nuke Japan one more time. Let's send a third nuclear bomb into Japan. Let's nuke Tokyo. That'll send him a message. Quit fucking with the dolphins. Their excuse is pest control. Like dolphins are pests. Dude, they come through your area once a year. I'd like to get my hands on one of these Japanese fishermen and just murder them. I'd murder every last one of them silently and break their necks. Throw them overboard for the dolphins. We need to send our Navy SEALs when it comes to these fucking dolphin cunts. These guys murder dolphins every fucking year, and they're the second smartest species in the world next to us. Now, I can get killing fish and shit, but when it comes to killing dolphins, that's a big no-no. That's a big no-no, because I don't know if dolphins have discovered human consciousness. As far as I'm concerned, that I think they have. Jesse Stewart Marauder.
The only thing that could be bad is to take it too seriously. In other words, if you take the fundamental idea that the whole universe, all its forms, all the forms of biology, all the different species, the giraffes, the rhinoceroses, the baboons, the roses, the eucalyptus trees, etc., everything is a form of biological game. It's a dancing thing going on, different styles. And we wouldn't want to say to any of those things, you shouldn't happen. Because they're all the great maya, the great illusion, the great play. And so the polis, the human community, organized with division of labor, with classes, with all the complications of economics and banking and transportation and so on and so on and so on. All this is a particular kind of play. And each form of it is as legitimate as, say, different kinds of dancing, a waltz, a rumba, a foxtrot, a frog, all the other perfectly legitimate forms of dancing. So the universe does this. But the important thing to understand, what the sannyasin, the shramana, the man who goes outside the pale, is saying is, please, people who are in the pale, my existence reminds you that you're only playing. Don't take it too seriously. Because if you take it too seriously, you're going to start destroying each other and fighting and saying this city against that city, this country against that country, so on, because you're too involved. So every sane society allows a certain number of people to deviate. Monks, some sort of outsiders. It says you don't have to join. You don't have to play the game. A society which is insane and unsure of itself cannot allow that to happen. It says everybody must join. Everybody must work. Everybody must belong. And then freedom disappears. Because as a matter of fact, the anxiety is if you say, well, you don't have to join, there are conditions under which you can go out, then a lot of people get together and say, well, what would happen if everybody quit? I asked, what would happen if everybody decided to take American Airlines Flight 3 to New York tomorrow? Well, they just wouldn't get on. I mean, and they won't anyhow. Because a lot of people aren't interested in that, are not ready to quit. That doesn't mean that they're inferior. The acorn is not inferior to the oak tree. It's a potential oak. But as an acorn, it's just as beautiful and lovely a thing as a full-grown oak is. A baby is as lovely as an adult. Sometimes a great deal more lovely. So a person who is in a beginning state of evolution is just as marvelous as a person in a high state of evolution. Just as much a manifestation of the divine dance. So when a society allows a certain number of people to withdraw, it should have no anxiety that everybody will want to withdraw. Because some people are absolutely fascinated in competition, in being involved, in playing the game. They should be. It's fine for them. But we are witnessing in the United States today a great motivation for withdrawal. It's simply because we haven't provided for it. We haven't, there's no opportunity for a Protestant to become a monk, or a Jew. The Catholics have half-heartedly provided for this sort of thing. And there have to be people who stand outside the game and do not identify themselves with a class, with a name, with an ego, with a persona, with a role. Lao-Tzu has the funniest tales about this. He often says, people who are trying to help things along are a nuisance. All the do-gooders. He has a conversation between Lao-Tzu and Confucius, in which Confucius is prating about charity and duty to one's neighbor. And Lao-Tzu says to him, this is nonsense. He's just binding things onto people, putting burdens on them with charity and duty to one's neighbor. He says to Confucius, look now at the universe. The trees grow upwards without exception. The stars always follow their courses, and the migrating birds at the various seasons always cluster with complete regularity. But they don't say anything. They don't have any religion. And your idea of eliminating yourself is a positive manifestation of self. You have brought much confusion, sir, to the kingdom, because you are like one who beats a drum in search of a fugitive. Or we would say, like the police driving to a raid with their sirens on. And of course, when the fugitive hears the drums, he conceals himself. And so when you sound all sorts of drums and promise to be virtuous and make resolutions to be virtuous, you're in for trouble. As the devil hears you coming. You see, now this is something that's very important. There is a Zen story which describes a woodcutter working in the forest, chopping down trees. And he suddenly noticed in a bush over there an animal that was watching him. And this animal is a Satori animal. And he thought, I'm going to get that animal for lunch. But the animal could read his thoughts. And the animal said to him, you think you're going to catch me, don't you? And the woodsman looked round and he made for it, and the animal vanished. And then appeared at the opposite end of the clearing, laughing, saying, you can't catch me. But he thought, the next time I see that animal, I'm going to move to the opposite end of the clearing from which it appears, catch it that way. And the animal said, you're thinking, aren't you, to go to the opposite side of the clearing from which you see me? And for a while, the man tried, by going in various directions with his axe, to catch this animal, all to no avail. So he got disgusted and went back to chopping the tree. And the animal laughed at him again and said, so you've given up. And just that moment, the axe head flew off the axe and killed the animal. You see? He had to get it without intention to do so. That's what's called purposelessness in Taoism, which is a form of Wu Wei. And the Taoist text says, when purpose has been used to achieve purposelessness, the point has been grasped. So, it's the same problem we have in India. You know, there's a superstition that if you think of a monkey while you're taking medicine, the medicine won't work. So you're in the predicament of trying not to think of the monkey while taking medicine. And that happens to us whenever we try to be natural. Everybody can see it's forced, it's fake. And so you think then, how can I be genuinely natural? How can I really flow with the course of nature? How can I let my mind think whatever it wants to think? Because the moment I start doing that, I realize I'm doing it with an ulterior motive. I'm trying to meditate. I'm trying to grow spiritually. And that ruins the whole thing. Well, when you've tried for a long time to get the right attitude,
big shot gangster putting together crew.
Listen anywhere.
You will die on the day that the blind man sees you.
What can see you? Right. Frog.
I want to know what's
Bishop Dutson just waiting for you.
God's outstretched hand waiting for you to take him.
It was in a river named God.
I'll find you, sir. Let him die.
Hell is dead.
This man needs justice.
And may justice be done.
Perhaps Heavenly Father has a use for you yet.
We must not lose faith.
I know way out of this way.
Forgive me. Forgive yourself.
Bishop Joseph Dodson.
Amen.
I am...
They call me the Swede.
Swede.
Torgun Nilsen.
I'm Norwegian. Of Norway.
I'm from Norway. From Norway.
Familiar satisfaction. We all do what we must to carry on. I've always been faithful and diligent.
Get off! Filthy hands off me!
There's a lot of folks. Most of them dead now.
You heard of the White Spirit, Reverend Cole? No, it's more than a legend. War is coming. It will be apocalyptic.
So you was responsible for that massacre out there.
It was wonderful, wasn't it? Everything I know I learned by careful study of Cullen O'Honnell.
But to be tested by you.
I look forward to this next test. Devil is the making of my soul. The devil makes us all pay. We share a common enemy. I too have been diminished by Mr. Cullen O'Honnell.
May the Lord recount on you.
It is I who must thank you. Why has Heavenly Father brought this man before me today?
Given by the Sweetback case.
We're suspects
Murdering innocent men and women.
Your fate is in my hands.
Bishop Dodson just waiting for you. God's outstretched hand waiting for you to take him.
It was in a river named God.
I'll find you, sir. Let him die.
Hell is dead.
This man needs justice.
And may justice be done.
Perhaps Heavenly Father has a use for you yet.
We must not lose faith.
I know way out of this way.
Forgive me. Forgive yourself.
Bishop Joseph Dodson.
Amen.
I am...
They call me the Swede.
Swede.
Torgun Nilsen.
I'm Norwegian. Of Norway.
I'm from Norway. From Norway.
War is coming. It will be apocalyptic.
So you was responsible for that massacre out there.
It was wonderful, wasn't it? Everything I know I learned by careful study of Cullen O'Honnell.
But to be tested by you.
I look forward to this next test. Devil is the making of my soul. The devil makes us all pay. We share a common enemy. I too have been diminished by Mr. Cullen O'Honnell.
May the Lord recount on you.
It is I who must thank you. Why has Heavenly Father brought this man before me today?
Given by the Sweetback case.
for your son that's murdering innocent men and women. Your fate is in my hands. Bishop Dutson just waiting for you. God's outstretched hand waiting for you to take him. It was in a river, thanks God.
I'll find you, sir. I don't die.
How is there? This man needs justice. And may justice be done. Perhaps Heavenly Father has a use for you yet. We must not lose faith. I know it isn't we. Forgive me. Forgive yourself.
You think so? I could have thought something otherwise. I've been out of food for a long time. Do you know what it's like to eat shit? Very fun. Especially when someone tells you to eat shit and die.